Hello, everyone, and welcome to the weekly energy update for the week of August 2nd, 2026. I'm Renee Spears, a spirit guide channeler and spiritual mentor, and I'm coming to you from hot and beautiful Bozeman, Montana. Every Sunday, I share the energy for the week ahead, and I also infuse the show with some positive vibes, so you get a little positive energy boost just for listening. And here we are, August already. I swear time is just flying by. And when I look at everything happening with the astrology and numerology this month, I don't see a bunch of separate things happening. It all feels connected. It's like one big story unfolding. And that incredible Aquarius full moon and Jupiter Cazimi that we had last week didn't just wrap up July and disappear. That energy is coming right along with us into August. That full moon was a wake-up call to wake us up. And now we're ready. We're ready to step into who we're meant to be. And August is here to help us do that. So let's start with numerology this month. August is a 9 universal month, and we calculate that by adding 8 because August is the 8th month to 1 for 2026 since it's a 1 year. In numerology, the number 9 is the end of a cycle, and it represents completion and wisdom and letting go. 9 shines a light on what's run its course. But rather than seeing these endings as loss, what we're really doing this month is creating room for something new. So we started a brand new 9-year cycle back in January, and now the first 9-month cycle of this new 9-year cycle is wrapping up. So this month is really about making room, letting go of what no longer fits so there's space for what's ready to come. Because next month in September, we start a whole new cycle. So the wonderful thing about a 9-month, though, is that it isn't asking us to force anything. It's really about trusting the natural rhythm and flow of life and letting things unfold the way they're supposed to be. We're not meant to hang on to versions of ourselves that we've already outgrown. And endings aren't failures, they're graduations. So this is our graduation month, preparing us for the next cycle starting in September. And boy, does this month prepare us. The first big thing to happen is the 8/8 Lionsgate on Saturday. Every year from late July through August 12th, the Lionsgate portal opens. And this portal happens during Leo season, hence the lion part of the portal. And when the sun aligns with Sirius, the brightest star in our sky. Sirius is considered our spiritual sun, and it's associated with spiritual enlightenment and wisdom. So during this Lionsgate portal, Sirius amplifies Leo's qualities of courage, generosity, abundance, and living in alignment with our soul. So the peak of this energy happens when the sun reaches 15 degrees Leo, the midpoint of Leo season, on August 8th, 8/8. So the numerology of this date is important because the number 8 also represents abundance, personal power, and stepping into alignment with your purpose. The Lionsgate portal is always a time for awakening and manifesting, but this year it's even more abundant and amplified because it's a rare 888 portal. So in addition to the date being 8/8, if you add up the numbers of 8/8/2026, it reduces to 8. So triple the amount of good luck and positivity and abundance. What's different about this year's Lionsgate is that it isn't just about manifesting more and having more. We are done with the more stuff, more money chapter. This next chapter is about being authentic, being happy, being present, being connected, being our highest version. And I think the Lionsgate is sometimes misunderstood. It's not just about asking, what do I want to manifest? I think the bigger question is, who do I want to be? The Lionsgate helps us be who we came here to be. All the planetary shifts that we've had this year are to help us leave the old life behind and create a whole new life. And what else makes this year's Lionsgate so powerful is that it peaks just 4 days before the total solar eclipse on August 12th. So the powerful Lionsgate portal is happening at the same time as the eclipse portal. Our second eclipse season of the year starts with a total solar eclipse, which is also in Leo, next week. So instead of a manifestation portal in the traditional sense, this year is much more like a truth portal. It's not about what do you want, it's about who are you becoming. It's time to stop messing around, stop procrastinating, stop playing small, get your shit together, and let's move forward. The total solar eclipse in Leo is like hitting the reset button on our lives. It's the birth of something entirely new. And the great thing about eclipse season is that it's all fated. Everything that happens is meant to be. We end up in exactly the right spot. Like, you can't screw this up. And then 2 weeks after the solar eclipse, the lunar eclipse comes along to help us complete the process and clean up anything left behind. So what I find really fascinating and super cool is that all of these things are pointing us in the right direction and helping us evolve. It's like a roadmap. The Aquarius full moon woke us up. The 9-month helps us make room for what's coming next. The Lion's Gate helps us think bigger, dream bigger, be our biggest, best selves. The solar eclipse gives us a new beginning, and then the lunar eclipse helps us complete the process. The eclipses also put us where we're meant to be, and then we are officially on to the next chapter. So, okay, Renee, this all sounds wonderful, but how do we do this? And that's the great thing about what's next. It's not about doing, it's about being. And being requires you to feel, to be present. We have to feel our way through this. And let's be real, we know when something feels right or wrong. But sometimes we don't listen to that. We push ahead, we try harder to make things right, to make things work. And that is just not going to be how we do it in the future. It's not going to work for us in the future. We must trust our intuition and our souls to know what's next, what we need to do. We must follow what's right for us. So none of the energy this month is asking us to go out there and chase something we don't have. It's bringing us back to ourselves. It's asking us to become more fully who we already are. I also think this is why August may feel a little emotional for some of us. You may find yourself grieving old identities, questioning long-held beliefs, changing direction, ending relationships, leaving jobs, or feeling called towards something you just can't quite explain yet. So none of that means you're off track. In fact, it's exactly how your soul is preparing you for the next chapter. So August isn't asking you to manifest a new life. It's about recognizing that the door is already open. And this month, that door is going to stay open all month, giving us plenty of opportunities to step through it. I think the only question is whether you're ready to walk through it. And we are. We've been preparing for this all year. And now it's finally go time. So if you'd like some clarity and inspiration from your spirit guides on this journey and what's next, you're in luck because it's time for my annual 8/8 Lionsgate package sale. So you get 2 30-minute sessions for only $88. You can also use a package for a 1-hour session or a business alignment session. So there is a link to purchase in the show notes or go to my website, Abundology.com. And as always, thank you for listening and passing the podcast on to a friend. I'm spending some quiet time today just being. I'm going to do some yoga, journal, take a hike, like all the soul satisfying stuff. So have a great week, everyone, and I'll be back next week to talk all about the eclipses.